What's going on, family? My truth seekers. So I'm getting ready to do a lot of debunking. I'm going to get ready to do a lot of exposing. So the world that we live, the world that we know, guess what it is? A stage. Yeah, it's a stage. And everything that we've seen and everything that we heard is all a lie. All of it, all of it. The only truth that is out there is the rock of salvation, YAHUSHA. If you are not built on that rock, you're living in a lie. You're living in a world that is a stage. So let me help you understand. We all heard this before, how the earth's supposed to be millions and billions years old. All right, let's see what the Bible says about that. All right, Exodus 20:11 says, "For in 6 days Yahuwah made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them." So we all know that one day with Yahuwah is equivalent to 1,000 years. So 6 days is what? 6,000 years. What year are we in? 6,025. Debunk. The world is not millions nor billions years old. A lie. I'm not finished yet. We all heard that the earth is round and we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. How can we be spinning at 1,000 miles an hour and I can't feel not a shimmer? Nothing. All right, let's see what the Bible says. Psalms 104 verse 5 says, "He set the earth on its foundation. It shall not be moved." Psalms 93:1. "The world also is established that it cannot be moved." Debunked. We're not spinning. We're not moving. Another lie. They say space is vast, void with planets and galaxy, right? The outer space. That's what the Bible says. Genesis 1 verse 6. Yahuwah created the firmament, a structure separated by water. We're surrounded by water, not space. They talk about galaxies. Enoch says there's 10 heavens, no outer space, 10 heavens. Another lie, debunked. They say the sun is 93 million miles away, right? And that the earth goes around the sun. Let me show you where the sun is at. Genesis 1:14 said, "And Elohim set them in the firmament of the heaven." What did he set? The two great lights, the sun and the moon, in Genesis 1:14. And Elohim set them where? In the firmament. We're not 93 million miles away from the sun. The sun is within the firmament. Another lie. They say that the moon get its light from the sun. Okay, that's what the Bible says. Genesis 1:16 said Elohim created two great lights. Not one, two great lights. Isaiah 13:10 says the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Matthew 24:29 says the moon shall not give her light. The moon is a lunar. It has its own light. It's not being reflected from the sun. Another lie. They say gravity holds everything together. Okay. Job 26:7 says he hangs the earth upon nothing. Where's gravity at? Colossians 1:17 says by him all things consist. So who's holding everything together? He is. What's keeping you on the ground? Your weight, your natural body weight is keeping you on the ground. Okay, if gravity exists, do some push-ups. Because you're not pushing your natural weight, right? You're pushing against gravity. Don't make sense to it. That right there tell you gravity doesn't exist. It talk about dinosaurs. Okay. If the earth was made in 6 days and all of creation was, I know it says dragons, was explained to us. And they said that the dragons, the dinosaurs was wiped out because of the ice age. When did the ice age happen? Because it was Adam and Eve, no ice age. Then it was Abraham, no ice age. Then it was Moses, no ice age. Then it was the Messiah, no ice age. And then it's us. When did the ice age happen? When did it happen? Another lie. Debunked. So what they don't want to let us know is the truth. Because the truth would let a lot of people know that the Bible is real. Yahuwah is real. Yahusha is real. For example, the river Euphrates. We all know about the river Euphrates. We all know that the river Euphrates is drying up. And we all know that 4 angels are bound in the river of Euphrates. It been eyewitnesses from military people who have seen and heard, and other people around that area have seen and heard the chains of these 4 angels that are bound. But yet they are told not to speak on it. Why? Because it'll prove that Yahuwah exists. Mount Sinai, the mount that Yahuwah spoke to Moses in the Hebrews, the top of that mountain, Google it, the top of that mountain to this day, this moment, this second is still burnt on top. You didn't know that, did you? They don't talk about it because it shows Yahuwah is real. The ark, you know, Noah's ark, that was found in Turkey. They don't talk about it. Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, the brimstones that burnt Sodom and Gomorrah, they found them. It is 98, 99% pure sulfur. You can't find that nowhere on earth, that type of purity. You can find that in Sodom and Gomorrah, and that's in the Bible, but they don't want to tell us that because it shows Yahuwah is real. So if you look at the bones of the Nephilims, in Genesis 6:4, there was giants, Nephilims, in the earth in those days. Where are the bones at? They got them. They don't want to tell us. They want to give us dinosaurs. So everything they hid from us, the evidence of Sinai, restricted. Evidence of Sodom, dismissed. The Euphrates drying up, ignored. Giant bones, vanished. Ark of the Covenant, withheld. Calendar truth, suppressed. True names of Yahuwah, Yahusha, replaced. Creation structure, replaced with science fiction. The world is a stage. It's a lie. The only truth is the rock of salvation. That's why the Messiah says he's the way, he's the truth, he's the life. So with all you're getting, seek truth. Now you know everything that we see. I can go on and on. I just don't got enough time. Everything that we see, everything that we hear is a lie. The world is a stage. The firmament. We live inside of a dome. We live inside of a closed system. Ain't nobody leaving. Period. Right? So we live inside of a dome. And they know it. And inside of this dome is the sun and the moon. So I don't got time to get into the stars. I might do another one. But the stars you see are angels. I know you're going to say, what about the stars? They're angels. I don't got time to get into it. My time's about up. I may do another TikTok. So until the next time, family, keep seeking truth. And now you know the world is a stage.